Hi, I'm Senate President Karen Spilka. Thank you for inviting me to participate in today's meeting of the Massachusetts Department of Mental Health's 7th Annual Southeast Area's All Citizen Board Meeting. And thank you for inviting me to speak about one of my favorite topics, the passage of the Mental Health ABC Act. After 10 years of hard work and advocacy by so many folks across the state, I was proud to see this historic legislation signed into law back in August. In many ways, it was personal for me, as I can imagine it was for you and many people across this Commonwealth. Its passage reminded me of my father. He was a World War II veteran who struggled with undiagnosed mental illness for much, if not most, of his life. Today, we know a lot more about mental health care, but our laws, practices, and workforce needs never really caught up. This is why the Senate took this bold step to begin making the necessary changes that will help people get the mental health care that they need when, that's so important, when they need it. The Mental Health ABC Act, or Addressing Barriers to Care, does just that by tackling three main systemic issues. 1, access. 2, parity. And 3, the workforce. As we developed the bill, we kept coming back to one core principle, that mental health has to be treated as importantly as physical health. That's why we made it so everyone can receive a free mental health screening every year, just like you get a regular checkup. For those most in need of mental health or substance use services, the law creates an online portal that tells healthcare providers in real time where open beds are available. We also provide the state with better tools to implement and enforce parity laws that are already on the books, so complaints are resolved quickly. In response to calls to reform and support our mental health workforce, we require that providers be paid like their counterparts in primary care. For people entering the mental health services field, we created an interim license so that a new generation of care workers can be paid while working towards their full license and be eligible for loan forgiveness and grants. And we work to improve the quality of care through the development of culturally competent mental health services. I can just go on and on about the many, many great things that are in this law, but I would be remiss if I did not also thank my colleagues, Senators Friedman and Sear, for their terrific collaboration on this legislation. Their expertise made this bill stronger, and I thank them for their continued partnership. We know, you know all too well, that this work never ends, and there is still more to be done to truly reform a system that has for far too long been neglected. So please know that my physical and my virtual door is always open. As we gear up for our 2023 to 2024 legislative session, I am looking forward to working with you on continuing to improve the lives of our residents and patients all across our Commonwealth. Together, we can end the stigma of mental health and ensure that people receive the mental health care that they need and deserve when they need it most. Thank you so much again for inviting me to speak to you all. Take good care and be well.